Club WPT Gold is coming. Do you want to get in on the ground floor for free? Sign up here with promo code JAMIN, be ahead of the curve, and all set up for the launch in 2025. Did I mention it's free? Yes, it will be available to play in the United States, except for Idaho, Michigan, Montana, and Washington. And yes, there will be both tournaments and ring games. No, there is no subscription. Free. Also, signing up now guarantees you an entry into my drawing. I'm going to be giving away 5 golden passports, which includes a $2,500 entry into the $5 million free roll on December 13th, a 3-day entry into the Gold Lounge, and a WPT gear pack worth $300. I did tell you this was free, right? Here's some advice for you. Sign up now.
Day 2, thanks to Young Rampage, is what the title should say. Did you see how I carried this so-called hero through day 1?
Day 2. We made a day 2. That's all I have to say. Day 2. Let's get it done. We in there. So it's day 2 of the 1100 MSPT Venetian main event, and your boy is in the mix with 171,000 chips, which puts me right near the center of the pack. Let's go. Okay, jumping right into the first hand. Keep in mind, this isn't the first hand I enter. This is the very first hand of the day. I look down at Queen 9 offsuit in early position and find a quick fold. Good. There is a part of me that just kind of wants to lay back and get a feel for the table before jumping in anyway. Action continues without me. The hijack opens to 15,000. 3x seems a bit large, but okay, sure, whatever. The cutoff 3 bets to 41,000 off a stack that seems similar to mine, and when the action folds back around to the hijack, he calls. Wow. First hand 3 bet and call? We're pokering right out the gate, it appears. 4-8-6 with 2 hearts. There's a long pause from the hijack, and then he announces all in with a stack covering the pre-flop 3-betting cutoff.
All in.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
The cutoff wastes 0 time in calling off his remaining 123K and flips pocket aces on their backs. The hijack sheepishly turns over 2 black deuces. Excuse me? The board runs out clean for the cutoff and he gets the full double up. I did mention this was hand 1, right? You might be wondering why I included this in the vlog. Oh, it'll all make sense in about 35 seconds. The very next hand, yes, hand 2. I look down at ace-jack of diamonds in the big blind, and action begins with the button moving all in for his last 30K. Well, so much for me just laying back and getting a feel for the table. 2 hands in, and I think I have a pretty good feeling about how this morning is going to go. I obviously call. He does river 2 pair, but unfortunately for him, I river a flush and send the first person of day 2 to the showers. Hand 3, I fold. So now we're on the hand 4. Literally, hand 4. The player from hand 1, the one that moved all in with deuces, is now under the gun 2 and has opened again to 15K. As action is folding back around to me, I look down at 2 aces on the button. You see that, right? 2 aces on the button versus the guy we just saw punt off a good portion of his stack with deuces. Does life get any better than this? I obviously raise. I make it 55k to go, and he calls. Oh, baby. King 9-8 with 2 diamonds. He checks, and I can't fail to see the similarity between this flop and the 4-8-6 2 hearts flop that he shoved on a few minutes ago. Both flops super draw heavy. I'm not checking back versus this guy though. I continue for another 55k and he pauses, then again moves all in for his last 125k. I cover him. Barely. So, are you folding aces to this guy with the action you've seen so far today? Me either. I call. And he shows me pocket 9s for middle set. My life. The turn and river are both queens, so there's no justice. I double him up, and again, much like day one, I'm left with crumbs. And just like that, I go from 171k to dust before hand 5. Have I even been here long enough to get my parking validated? So now I'm looking for a spot to get my measly 6 big blinds into the middle, but a combination of really bad hands and players moving in before me is throwing a monkey wrench in that process. It's not until I get back on the button again that I'm able to move in with King 7 of diamonds and run directly into King Queen suited. I do get a good run out and double up, but I'm still on life support with 11 big blinds, and then a few hands later, we're sent on break. Okay, running my aces into a set of 9s on like the 3rd hand of day 2 probably isn't an optimal start. But we're still in it, we still have chips, we just doubled up with King 7 suited. So let's try to make some things happen. Let's go.
Oh, the cherry 11s, okay.
Cherries.
Okay, I see you, I see you.
How you doing over there?
150.
Oh, nice.
How are you?
I started with 170, then I picked up aces. Now I have 40. Yeah, 40. Yeah. Coming back to level 16 with less than 10 big blinds wasn't how I had the day planned. But here we are, looking down at ace 7 offsuit and shoving my 8 big blinds over a 2 big blind button open was probably as good as it was going to get, until the button turns over ace 8 offsuit. Oh brother. And then he flops top pair. Well, this looks like it's going to be a quick day.
Exactly what you gotta do. Oh, you got it done!
The villain here, Brian, was nice enough, and he even told me to tell Lily that he said hi.
Tell Lily that you doubled up to Brian. No.
We're climbing back, people. We're climbing back. And a few hands later, we get ace 5 of diamonds all in for 106k, only to get called by the same villain, this time holding pocket 9s. Can we get him again?
Finally throwing away old habits I've been trying to break. Made some mistakes, but today's a new day, so I'm changing my ways. I've been lost and found, I've been up and down, wondering what comes after. Pushing through the clouds, seeing clearer now. Finally found an answer. I got a new state of mind, like someone turned on the light. Give me that feeling inside, oh, I'm coming alive. Got a new state of mind.
So it's a bit over an hour since we've started, and I've been almost down to the felt and have magically clawed my way back to sitting on a bit over what I started the day with. What a roller coaster hour. In this one, I opened pocket 3s to 12k from the hijack, and the only caller I get is the big blind. The same player who cracked my aces and sent me into the pit of despair. Heads up. Deuce 4-3 rainbow. Hot damn. That's what I'm talking about. He checks and I continue for 40% on a pretty dangerous board to be continuing for 40% on. Mainly because he has offsuit 6-5 combos that I don't have. But he just calls. The turn pairs the 4 and now I can breathe a bit. He checks again. And I bet again. 30K. He calls. The river is glorious. The ace of hearts. Hopefully this pairs him, or maybe, just maybe, it completes a straight draw that he was chasing. I'm expecting him to check, but oh no, that's not what he does. He just leads right out into me for 50K. Is this a dream? I pause, then slide my remaining 149K into the middle. Hold on. I don't get the snap call. Instead, he sits and studies the board for quite a while before slowly sliding in some chips to represent a call. I show my full house, and he turns over King 5 offsuit for an interestingly rivered straight, despite his pre-flop big blind defense construction being puzzling.
Do you know the Klingon proverb that tells us revenge is a dish that is best served cold? It is very cold in space.
Either way, I double up again. We back, baby. We back.
Officially turned around, guys. We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. We are back. That's we are back.
I've been lost and found. I've been up and down, wondering what comes after. Pushing through the clouds, seeing clearer now. Finally found an answer. I got a new state of mind. Like someone turned on the light. Give me that feeling inside. Oh, I'm coming alive. Got a new state of mind. Well, I got nothing to lose. Red dress and some silver shoes. Back in my groove, ain't got time for the blues. Got a new point of view. I've been lost and found. I've been up and down, wondering what comes after. Pushing through the clouds, seeing clearer now. Finally found an answer. Got a new state of mind. Like someone turned on the light.
I like to take credit for creating a monster. Now I gotta get good though. So.
Yeah, the ace 8 versus ace 7 was nasty. That was nasty. Yeah.
I feel it changing, changing. I feel it changing. Can you hear what I'm saying? Oh, I got a new state of mind. Like someone turned on the light. Give me that feeling inside. Oh, I'm coming alive. Got a new state of mind. Got a new state of mind.
It would be nice if people had to like behave in a way they would at home.
So, as in the nature with tournaments, people bust. I do kind of feel sorry for this guy in the 4 seat because he was consistently running into a bunch of big hands over and over this level. He was soon exiting this event. His exit was the catalyst for some reshuffling of players. We rack our now very healthy stack of chips and find a new home at the exact same table we played day 1, although we have a better seat this time. Level 17 continues. As level 17 is coming to an end, I get into one more notable hand. In this one, I open from under the gun 2 to 18K, and the big blind defends. Queen 6 deuce with 2 clubs. He checks, and I check it back. The turn Queen of Diamonds makes me feel a bit better about my pocket 10 still being the best hand. However, now the big blind leads for 25k. I still beat a lot of hands, both single pairs and draws, so I call. The river pairs a 6, and he bets again, 50k. Well, I do still beat some single paired hands. The draws all missed. I beat ace highs. The villain is competent. But what I didn't factor in at game speed was his stack size. He's now committed a large portion of it to this hand. Had I thought about that, I may have folded. However, back in reality, I shrug and call the 50k, and the pot gets shipped to him in his queen 10 offsuit. Small bump in the road, a flesh wound, if you will. So, in between the first break and the second break, we have made quite the comeback, working our dusty stack up to about 535k before losing a bit of it in level 17. I think right now we have a little over 300k, so equivalent to about 30, 32 big blinds, coming back to 5k, 10k. So we have a decent stack. We have something we can work with. Let's just work with it. So things are starting to get a little worrisome now. I can't pick up anything playable. No playable hands, and really no playable situations where I can steal pots. I'm just sort of melting away. The only hand I even get into in level 19 is this one, in which I flop top pair with 7-3 of diamonds from the big blind and manage to hold on through a c-bet and win a small pot. I'm going to need more than this. Much more, if I want to see this thing through to the end. So entering level 20, and I'm still in the card dead zone. It appears as if I've used up my daily quota of monster hands already. In this one, the small blind limps for 15k, and I check my option with 9-7 offsuit from the big blind. Jack 9-5 with 2 hearts, and the small blind c-bets for another 15k. Blind versus blind, middle pair is definitely good enough to continue. So I do. The turn 7 of clubs falls, and thus my middle pair has now improved to 2 pair. The small blind checks. There's an abundance of draws now on this table, and I don't really want to get cute with this board. I move all in, which is probably a bit overkill and unnecessary, but he folded so quickly that even if it was a mistake, he probably didn't have anything that would have made it matter anyway. There's a lot of shuffling of people around as people are now quickly falling by the wayside. 27 people left, 3 tables, and I'm sitting on around 18 big blinds. I don't need to make something happen immediately, but I need to make something happen soon. Very soon. We enter level 21 and I'm back on crumbs. I have nothing. Nothing playable. Nothing even close to playable. I finally do pick up the prettiest hand I've seen in what feels like years. 6-5 suited and move my remaining chips into the middle from early position, but get no action. It's still level 21 and I'm sitting on a bit less than 200k, or 10 big blinds, and look down at pocket 9s. This is it. Regardless of what happens in front of me, this is it. Under the Gun 2 opens to 45k, and when the action reaches me in the hijack, we ship it. Good luck us. The cutoff folds, and the next thing I hear is the button saying, all in.
All in.
For around 600k or so. Action is back on the original opener in the Under the Gun 2 spot, and he's in the tank. He sighs and then folds, and would later say that he had pocket jacks. I reveal my hand, and the button reveals pocket queens. Uh-oh. So is over. They got us after going card dead for who knows how long. It felt like hours and hours and hours. We finally picked up a solid hand in pocket 9s and ran into queens. So the dream is over, if there was ever really a dream to begin with. Out for about 4,600, and if the question from you guys is going to be, Jamin, are you going to start playing more tournaments? The answer is probably no. Probably no. No. So just for the record, it's not that I don't like tournaments. It's just I don't like tournaments. I probably will be playing 1 or 2 sprinkled in throughout the year, but if you expect to see me as a regular tournament grinder, that ain't gonna happen. This is probably it. You got 2 tournament vlogs in a month. But if you like the vlog, leave me a comment, subscribe, and like the vlog. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.